when do you actually get to retire? I mean, really, really retire, right? To just relax, enjoy yourself, not have any stress, enjoy your traveling. When does that actually happen? Because here's the problem. When you start aging, or when you're actually retired, which is, most of us had to be retired in order to get to the point where we could full time travel or really enjoy this lifestyle. At that point, you're older. At that point, you're aging. At that point, you've got health issues, right? And so now you got to start really being careful about your weight, your diet, really be careful about exercise. And maybe you have to do more than you were even doing when you were working. This is a major pain in the ass. This might be more stress than when you were working, right? You don't just get to relax, or you're not going to have a very nice retirement. And so that's why we're here. We're here to, again, to give you tips and tricks so that you can be, like I am here on the beach in January. That's Da Nang behind me here. And so we're going to bring you ideas that are free, simple, easy to do, not a lot of stress. You don't have to make your life miserable in order to feel better, stay healthy, and stay on the road. So the first thing, if you've noticed, if you've spent any time on this channel, is we're really focused on the sun. You really have to change your relationship to the sun. We're going to be doing a lot more articles about the research that's out there. The bottom line is the single easiest and most powerful tool in your health toolbox is seeing the sunrise, getting a tan, getting regular sun, and blocking artificial light at night. And that's an oversimplification, but the benefits of just those slight changes are gigantic, and they're free. Now, we'll also be bringing you some tips on simple supplements. You can be taking a handful of supplements and they might not be doing anything for you, right? All of these don't work the same way for everybody. And so you have to figure out what you really need. And you also have to make sure that you're not taking one that's then counteracting another, right? Your supplements can also interact with any drugs that you're on. And obviously, it's the side effects from drugs that probably is the single most dangerous thing that most of us in retirement are facing. And that's a real failure of our healthcare system, right? I mean, statins went through the roof, all kinds of focus on cardiovascular disease. And where are we at now? 30 years later, cardiovascular disease is the #1 cause of death, right? I mean, it's just kind of silly. We've spent all this money, had all this time, and the basic tools have failed. I'm going to be bringing you some really interesting research on statins. They're very controversial right now, and there's a lot of new research out. Certainly statins have their place, but are they right for you? Maybe. You need to do a risk-benefit analysis of any kind of drug that you're on. It might be protecting you from something slightly, but then giving you real, large, significant side effects. One of the interesting things, if you, I guess, I don't know if it's been posted yet, but soon there'll be a video out where we're talking about a major study out of Scotland, which found that if everyone got more sun in their cohort, and their cohort was over 400,000 people tracked for 15 years, if everybody got more sun, there'd be 4,300 and something fewer deaths. At the cost of something like 35 more deaths from skin cancer, right? Now, they've told us all, get out of the sun, it's dangerous, you can get skin cancer, and so we all heard that. We all wear clothes, stay out of the sun, wear sunglasses, put on sunscreen, and so we're trying to avoid a minuscule risk of deadly skin cancer, and instead replaced it with a massive risk, which the Scotland study found there's a massive increase in cardiovascular deaths. If you're out of the sun, there's a massive increase in cancer death if you're out of the sun, all right? Not making any sense. So there's a whole bunch of things that conventional medicine got wrong. The good news, we're bringing them to you. And the good news is they're easy, they're free, they're simple. Diet is the hard one. Diet is the real killer, right? Because that's one of the most fun things about traveling is trying all the different cuisines, trying all the different foods. I don't know about you, but I hate having to control what I eat. I hate when I go out to dinner or out to lunch that I've got to be thinking about what I shouldn't eat rather than what I want to eat. But again, for me, that's the price of my age and that's the price of retirement. I have insulin resistance and I've been working on trying to heal that. And so that'll be my focus in some of my videos with you, trying to show you how insulin is really your biggest enemy. Not just for cholesterol, not just for heart disease, but for everything. Virtually every illness that we have, every problem we have is driven by chronically high blood sugar. And so I'll be doing videos specifically on that. But again, controlling what you eat is also free, not easy, but it's also available to you and it doesn't have any side effects. Now you can still have a great diet and still control your blood sugar. If you haven't gotten to the point where you're pre-diabetic or diabetic yet, it's obviously much easier. So we'll talk about that. There's a, on the exercise front, movement is critical. More and more health experts are talking about the sedentary lifestyle as the equivalent of a disease, right? Or the equivalent of being a smoker. I mean, it's just really, really bad for you. Sitting on the porch watching the sunset is one of my favorite things, right? So here's the problem. Walking's not enough. It's quite clear that weightlifting or some kind of strength training is critical as you get older because sarcopenia or muscle wasting away is your biggest enemy, right? It's going to affect your health. It's going to affect your balance. It's going to affect everything going on. And so we'll bring you some exercise tips. If you have joint problems, obviously weightlifting is pretty tricky, so we'll bring you some isometric programs. If you're simply trying to get movement into your life, I have somebody here next to me who's excited. If you're simply trying to bring exercise into your life, there's some fabulous chair exercises, some Tai Chi exercises, exercises that are designed for balance and designed for older folks. We'll be bringing you that. We'll also be helping you focus on grip. Grip is absolutely essential for your longevity. They've identified that as one of the key factors. Also, we're going to be bringing you breathing exercises. Breathing exercises are fantastic. They can increase your VO2 max by a huge percentage. And they're, again, free. They're not easy. They're not fun, but they're free. Now, the breathing exercises that I prefer are the ones that are in the Wim Hof program. If you're not familiar with that, I'll be doing videos on that. But you sit at home or you sit in a relaxing chair, you do deep breathing. It doesn't take very long, 5 or 10 minutes a day. And you have the benefits of endurance exercise, which again, you probably can't run at this stage. It'd be very difficult for me to run any long distance right now at this stage of my health career, shall we say. I'll also be showing you if you've got any kind of memory issues or dementia issues that are coming your way. There's exciting new research on how much diet will change that or any of your mental issues just literally overnight, just literally in a few weeks. That's exciting. I'll be bringing you that. I'll also show you a 12-minute meditation that in 8 weeks was shown in published research to drastically increase memory and to physically alter the brain. 12-minute meditation, very easy. It's guided. If you're not a meditator, it might be the perfect thing for you. So that's why we're here. We're going to be bringing you lots of these ideas that aren't drugs, aren't surgery, aren't costly, that don't take you away from your travel dreams, and yet can make your health in your retirement so, so much better. So as always, give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.